Welcome friends, I'm Angela. Welcome to Buckridge Homestead. I'm so delighted that you're here today. We are going to be making the cutest little air dry clay mushrooms that you can customize any way you like. These could be perfect for your Christmas tree ornaments, or you could just make different kinds of things to set around your house and decorate. It's going to be really fun. It's really a really budget-friendly activity because you don't need that much stuff, so I'm excited to get started. So the first thing that I decide to do is head out around the property and look for some different moss and things like that. So I want to go foraging. So I brought a basket in case I find some other stuff that I can use for Christmas decorations. I'd like to get a bunch of branches with some Spanish moss that I can stick into my Christmas tree, because we'll be getting a real Christmas tree, but we don't go out and get one till at least the second week of December, just because the needles will all fall off. So I'm collecting some pretty things, and I even found some really beautiful dried branches with rose hips still on them. So I grabbed those, but my goal here is I really want this moss, and even though it has some ice on it, it will come off and it will dry out and it will be perfect. So I'm just going to be grabbing some of this by the clump, and I want to get a few different type of mosses so that I can get like a variation of little colors and things like that. And the earth is just giving me everything that I'm asking for right now. So what a beautiful walk outside this is. I'm finding and collecting so many natural treasures for my crafts that I want to do. So I think I've got everything. I'm just going to look in one more spot because I want to get some branches so that I can use some of these different size branches for the stem of the mushrooms. And I also want to make sure that these branches are not green, that they're dried and dead, because I don't want any moisture going into the ornament when it's drying, or it will probably never dry. So I'm going to find some dried twigs. Oh, here's some. I just found some beautiful, perfect ones that I'm going to snap up into different lengths. So what I want to show you guys first is and look at these beautiful, like there's so many things to look at that you could craft with. I'm just gonna grab some of these while I'm out here, because who knows what craft I can make next. But first, what I want to show you is how many mushrooms I can get out of one pack of air dry clay. So I'm just going to gather all of these beautiful things up and go in the house and start to let them dry. I am sporting my favorite mushroom shirt for you guys today because I'm doing a crafty day and I'm working on some really cute mushroom ornaments. So if you want to follow along with me, feel free. I'm just going to be doing some crafting and show you how I make little mushroom ornaments with air dry clay. So I've been really inspired lately because I've got these really cool mushroom books in the mail that I had ordered, and I used to be part of this really cool mushroom club years ago where we would forage for mushrooms and then go back as a group and identify all of them and fry them up and taste the different samples with someone who was an expert. But here now I don't have an expert person, so I'll just be doing it again myself, learning as I go. But anyway, I've been loving mushrooms lately, and if you want to follow along with me with this cute craft, I'd be more than happy. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. It's kind of dim and gloomy, And it's snowing outside today, so I thought it would be perfect weather to do some little bits of crafting that I've been wanting to do. So let's get started. So this is what I'm using, natural modeling clay. It's just an air dry clay that I got at the dollar store, and I want to use one package and see how many mushrooms I can actually get from one package. And then these are the branches that I have snapped off and made little twigs out of, because I want to try a couple of them with those, using those for the stem. So I'm just going to set those aside, and I want to show you the clay, how soft and pliable it is. And I like to keep mine in kind of a Ziploc bag. And then these little eye hooks I'm going to put into some of the tops of them to make it so I can thread things through and make them into ornaments for the tree. So the paint that I'm using is just typical acrylic craft paint in assorted colors, and this is totally up to you. You can use any colors you want. I'm just using grays and whites and ivories and things that I feel like are natural colors from the forest, and also red and different things. And I've gathered and dried up all that moss that I foraged, and all the ice is melted off and it's dried by the fire. And I've got quite a few varieties. I was so surprised how many beautiful varieties I was able to get. And don't forget, if you can't find natural moss, you can also buy it at the dollar store. These mushrooms I photographed, and I was so inspired by them, so that's where I chose some of the colors from. I love these new books that I got, and see the pretty murals on the cover? That's what's making me think, I don't know how, but I want to kind of recreate that look a little bit. And if you're looking for really neat mushroom foraging books, these two that I got, I'm really pleased with, because I like the ones with the colored pictures in them, because then I can look as close as I possibly can, because there's so many poisonous mushrooms out here in northern BC. And there's a lot of lookalikes, so I really am going to have fun enjoying these books. I can't wait to dig deep into them. I also had these rounds of wood from a different craft project, and I thought that would be perfect for a little, kind of like a little display thing that I can glue the moss onto. So that'll be fun. I might use that. Who knows? I'll wait till the end and see what happens. So basically, I just start creating the mushroom, and I mean, it's nature, so there's nothing perfect, and you don't have to make any kind of perfect things. Just the mushroom has a cap and the mushroom has a stem, and you can be creative and do it however you want. So I'm just going to work this air dry clay and kind of create my own little mushrooms. I want to do a couple different kinds with different colors and different spots, and see what I can get for that will add to my tree. And if I like it, I might do another round. And this air dry clay, this needs to be kept in a Ziploc bag or something when you're not using it, because it will dry out. And it's also handy to have a little bowl of water next to you that you can dip your fingers in and smooth the clay out if it is a little cold. But if it's really warm in your house or wherever you're creating it, it's a lot easier to use. It may not need the water, but I did need the water because I have a wood stove going, and so everything is very, very dry in here. That's also why I'm making the ornaments now for my tree, because we don't put our tree up until mid-December, because we go and harvest a fresh tree from our property, and the needles will all fall off quite quickly with the wood stove going. So I can't wait though of the smell of the fresh Christmas tree in the house. It's amazing. So I'm just going to give this little cap and stem a little bit of texturization so that I can keep it together. And I found that if you use stick pins, ones without the ball on the end, that not the ones with the pretty colored ends, but just the very plain old stick pins, it does help to put it together for when it dries. I'm going to be making all of these today, whatever I can, as many I can out of one package of clay to see what I get. And then I'm going to let them dry, and they might actually need a day or two because they're quite thick. So texturize your mushrooms however that you want. I have some sharp tools that I use for different projects that I pulled out. Different kind of things that I used for either scrapbooking or cooking, because I'm doing a lot of that lately. And I'm just kind of creating this little guy into his own little thing. So everything will be original and unique, and no two will be alike. And I'm definitely not making them perfect because, number one, I can't make them perfect, and number two, they're just not naturally perfect in the wild. They always have their own look, so no matter what you do, it'll be great. It's such a perfect day for this. The sun is like slowly going down on one of our first snows that we've had. It's so beautiful and peaceful. So I'm trying right now to make a little top, and I'm going to use the wooden sticks now to create a kind of a different look. And I'm just putting the cap on the twig into the cap with an extra kind of chunk in the top so that the twig doesn't poke through the top. And I definitely need some water right now, so I've poured some in a little bowl just to use for smoothing out. I love this air dry clay. It is so easy to handle and it's so fun, and it washes off really easily. So there's my cute little mushroom on a branch. I just think it's so adorable. So I ended up getting 3 of these little guys, and these are so cute. I think I want to use a natural color. I'm going to put them in my new favorite little Christmas mug that I have to stand upright so they can dry. And now I'm just going to check out. Aren't they so cute? I love these. And I still have this big block that I can make more from. So we'll see what we can get here. This is the point where I'm going to put the little eye hole in the top to hold the ribbon or the string to make into an ornament. And now I'm just going to use my sharp kind of X-Acto knife tool and just give it some gills and whatever you want to do, you can do. It's totally up to you. That's probably why it's so fun, because you can do whatever you like and you can paint them whatever you like. These are looking so cute. These are going to be my little morels, and I'm just using the back of my tool to kind of make some holes to look kind of staggered marks in the top of them. They're so roughly and beautiful. In real life, it's hard to mimic that, but just do the best that you can and dip your tool in the water to help you get some indents in there. And of course, the more not perfect it is, the more natural it actually looks. These were really fun to make. I'm only probably going to make 2 of these because that's the last of the clay. So I'll show you everything that I got out of the one container or one package of clay, and you can see for yourself. These are looking so cute and so realistic. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put an eye pin in the top in case I want it to be an ornament. I think I might have to use more clay so I can make more of these. They're just so cute. I love them. So this is what I got out of one pack of clay. I got 5 mushrooms, 2 morels, and 3 adorable mushrooms on the branches, and I'm just gonna leave these sit now and air dry overnight. I might even need 2 nights, we'll see, and then we're gonna get to painting them. So 2 days later, I'm getting to painting them because 1 day of drying time was not sufficient. The top of them were too thick. So I'm just squirting out some of my favorite colors that I think I want to use. Some different reds, some different browns, some different like gray, orange, all those kind of colors, that ivory and white, all those kind of colors that I think these mushrooms kind of remind me of. I won't bore you with painting each one, but I do want to let you know that I wanted to make a few with red tops and speckles, and a couple with like almost a rusty brown with some speckles on them. And I want to try and mimic the morels to look like kind of like real mushrooms. So I'll just let you guys watch away and enjoy. Have fun painting, and then we'll see what the result is. I really love how these ones turned out. They are so cute. They're like little brown rust color mushrooms with the cute natural looking stem. I love those. And I was really excited about these. I just kind of splattered the top of those ones on the branches with some white paint to make them look really delicate. So now I want to do my red ones and see how they turn out. I started to add a little bit of tacky glue to help keep the stems in place, because during drying my stem kind of fell out. So if that happens to you, just go ahead and glue your stem back in. I like this kind of glue better than hot glue myself, because it dries clear and it doesn't leave big strings and burn me. So this is my favorite to use, and I'm just going to let this guy dry like that for a while, and then I will paint him last. But all of them are looking so cute. They're dried just perfectly, and I just want to get going on all of the cute colors and speckles, and you can do whatever you want. It's totally up to you. I just used a really fine paintbrush to add my little delicate dots all imperfectly all over the place, but you customize it. After I painted the morel tops brown, I went back over it with a paper towel crunched up, dipped in like a vanilla ivory color paint, and just dabbed it, and that's how I ended up getting kind of that blotchy effect. So you can play around with a sponge or whatever you have and just tap it lightly with white or cream, and you'll see how cute the result is. After all the painting is finished, I added some moss and I glued down with tacky glue my mushrooms into the wooden disc and added the moss, and I thought that it would be cute to put around the bottom and the base of each of the other mushrooms, and it did turn out so cute. And I just love how the real dirt and stuff is still stuck on top of each little bits of moss. Didn't these just turn out so cute? I just love the result. I think they're so adorable. I'm so excited about it. Hey friends, so I wanted to show you guys a couple things after everything has dried. If you don't have this like real moss available, you can always get this at the dollar store. I found this reindeer moss, which is kind of a different kind of dried moss, but I don't know if it's fake or real, but either way, it looks pretty good. And you could totally sub that in for where I put the real moss. I just love how the real moss has that kind of like dirt attached to it. So now I finished painting these ornaments and stuff, and didn't they turn out like so adorable? Like, especially love these kind of brownier ones with the stems. I love these. And these two I really like. I like them all, actually. These, if you have any ideas for me, because I forgot to put the hangy thing in, like this hook. So I forgot to put that in when it was wet. So now they've dried and I've got two little cute mushrooms. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. And then the morels turned out so cute. Isn't that neat? And I love the different kind of mosses. So what I wanted to do is, I've got my hot glue and I found a bunch of these at the dollar store. And I was thinking that in for this one, for example, I would put a couple little red mushrooms kind of on here, since it's kind of a tabletop thing, and I didn't use any, I actually did have a tie in here, but I twisted it out, one of those standy things. So I want to glue those in. And the other thing I want to do is I want to make it so we could hang these ornaments. So I got some cute twine out, but when I put it against the mushroom, it was just too, it just didn't look good. It was too much. Oh, I see I got a little red on there, but that's okay. Nothing in nature's perfect, I guess. And then I got this, so I thought, okay, maybe I'll use this to go through, because I didn't have any brown ribbon that I was looking for, and that didn't look good. But then I found, I went some of my embroidery floss, and I thought, oh yeah, that'll look really pretty. I'm just going to use this really light kind of mossy green color. So as soon as this, I'll just do a couple of these so we can hang them up. There. So let's see. Let's do this guy. Yeah, that is cute. That looks less visible, so the mushroom itself will stand out. I like that. So cute. So I'm probably going to just put that on each of them, and then I'm going to glue on this morel one. Oh, a chunk of moss dirt came off. That's okay. Let's see if this glue gun is hot enough. Figured there was a good spot. Yep, there's some coming out. I was using white tacky glue on the other mushrooms, just because I love that it's clear and it leaves no mark when it dries. I'm kind of a messy glue gun person, honestly. I usually burn myself and have strings of glue everywhere. Okay, we need 3, because 2 just looks, oh yeah, that'll be cute. 1 on the wood. Yeah, and that should do it. That looks so cute. You're seeing it from the top down, but this is what it looks like. It's just a little centerpiece, and I thought it looks so adorable. I love this one. And everything, all the moss and the wood and everything was free. All I used was the air dry clay, paint, and then these little mushrooms that I found at the dollar store. So I'm going to continue on and put my hangies on these mushrooms, but please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you if you have any ideas on what I can do with these guys, because I just love how they turned out. I just splattered the top and I just love how they turned out, even with this piece of dry grass stuck to it that was just there. I might glue that bit on, but yeah, give me an idea. I could make another one of these. I do have more rounds of wood, but I'm not sure. I want to hear if you have any other better ideas. So there you go, from A to Z. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really had fun making all of these things and air dry clay ornaments. Definitely give it a try if you haven't tried already making something. It's really fun. Oh, there, see, I had to burn myself at least once for you guys. Oh man, too funny. Yeah, give it a try, and I hope to see you on my next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, friends. Bye.